Well, good evening and welcome to Ditch Mitch. That's exactly what we're doing. Yes, we're going to ditch Mitch. Let me kind of fix this a little bit. Kind of like that. Okay. Got to look right. Okay. Hey, what a day it has been for Ditch Mitch and More Senate and PJNET. Yes. Today's event has been in the works for several days, actually. And let me kind of explain how the play is executed. Several days ago, in fact, if you will look at the hashtag graph at Ditch Mitch, when the video that many of you saw just moments ago that Barbara played for us, and I'm getting something for you here. Obviously took off. Ditch Mitch kind of became a phenomenon on Twitter. And I was wondering, how long will this last? If it's like most things, not very long. And sure enough, we tracked it, and it did real good and began to decay. Now, I got an email from the Roy Moore campaign indicating that Roy Moore is absolutely on fire to fire Mitch, because Mitch is at the center and, in fact, the circumference of a bunch of negative ads being unleashed against him and somehow in support of Luther Strange. That's strange. And millions and millions and millions of dollars. Well, as you know, if you were right here, we were live at Roy Moore headquarters in Montgomery last Tuesday, this past week, the 15th. And Roy Moore just spanked Luther Strange. No problem. But the race is heating up. Anyway, I'm detouring a little bit. Roy Moore's campaign came out with an email that said, among other things, that Judge Moore will make it his personal business to fire Mitch McConnell if he's voted in. So I thought, well, that's interesting, because we do Roy Moore rallies on Friday. How about let's do a Ditch Mitch on Wednesday night and include the More Senate hashtag wherever appropriate and possible. And that is exactly what Sunbelt Girl did. Now, folks, let me tell you something. Building a battery of 100 featured or 50 featured tweets plus the 50 encore tweets is no easy task. It is laborious. It is time consuming. And she is a dedicated servant. In fact, I actually got to meet her in Montgomery the other night. Okay. First time. Been working together for 4 years. Never met her. Okay. But I knew her and she knew me as soon as we saw each other. Anyway. So it is working like magic, folks. We have set records for More Senate on a day that it's not even a More Senate hashtag rally. That's right. We have set a record. If you will refer to the hashtag, I won't try to get the link, but once you get to the link that's there, just over on the left, click on More Senate. And you will see that we are thousands. I mean, thousands of tweets on a day that we would normally be glad to get a couple of thousand. So, wow, it is paying off in spades. Now, we will be doing something very similar tomorrow at midnight tonight. We are going to switch over to fair tax. Now, we've peppered the fair tax tweets that, well, the memes that were already there. Shout out to Glenn Terrell, who's not here right now, for putting those together over the months that have, in the past. So I was able to kind of hijack that. And we've got 35 of those tweets peppered with the More Senate hashtag. So I encourage you to take a look at the fair tax. You may not know exactly what that is. It's not really fair to call that a national sales tax. It works a lot different. Now, let me just briefly tell you. Yeah, it's a sales tax, but the big difference is it includes a feature called a pre-bait. And what that is every month, every citizen who's legally here gets a check from the federal treasury to pay the federal sales tax that you will be charged when you buy things like groceries. So it completely untaxes the poor. Okay. Yes, it's a steep tax. Yes, it's 30%. But think about it. You're already paying 30%. If you're paying, we're going to do away with the income tax. There won't be any income tax. Okay. So think about that. So it's really just trading off. But we will be taxing prostitutes. We'll be taxing drug dealers. We will be taxing anybody who spends money on something new. Okay. Something new. How about that? That's the brief. That's probably an oversimplification of the fair tax. But anyway, unless you have a problem with that, we'd love you to tweet that up starting at midnight tonight. We'll load up the tweets. The action page is already there. And then, of course, Friday is more Senate. Hey, great to have, let's go down the roster. Data Genesis right on top. Oh, that's me. Hazards 4. Steve. Hey, Steve may help us out Friday. He normally kind of plays some tunes on Friday, and we haven't done that because of the more Senate lately, but it's good to have Steve. Higgins, Connie is here. Good to have you, Connie, from the great state of guess where? Kentucky. And we have a first-time visitor, Lucky One 6565. Yes, we have noticed your tweet, and we have harvested it, and we will get that included in the next set of featured tweets for Ditch Mitch, which could be updated at any time. But the next rally will be a week from tonight. Okay, looking forward to that. Glad you stopped in. Glad to have you. And Sunbelt Girl, your video co-hostess and tweet curator, and pretty much my right-hand person. Okay, and we've got a couple of viewers. If you're viewing out there, welcome. If you would like to join in the chat, you got to click on that little blue box down at the bottom of the chat and sign in under, use Twitter. You know, you can sign in with Facebook, but it'd be better to sign in with Twitter, trust me, because we like to follow like-minded people who show up here. So a lot going on, and I am grateful, and I am so glad that each of you have given of your time, and you have given of your Twitter account and the influence therein in support of Ditch Mitch and more Senate and PJNET. You're the greatest family in the world. Love you all, and I'll turn the controls back over to Sunbelt Girl as we continue Ditch Mitch live here on PJNET.